Why do modern friendships feel so fragile and disposable? We have more friends than any generation in human history, yet we've never felt more isolated. By synthesizing Jungian shadow work with attachment theory, we can see that true social integration requires more than just shared interests. It requires confronting the parts of ourselves we hide. Today, we're going to discover the psychological secret to transforming superficial interactions into profound, archetypal connections. It is 2026. We live in an era of total visibility but zero presence. We are currently navigating a digital landscape that has mastered the art of passive observation. You know the lives of people you haven't spoken to in 5 years. You know what they ate for breakfast, where they vacationed, and their opinions on the latest political scandal. But here's the psychological trap. Your brain mistakes information for intimacy. The death of active participation in the past, friendship required maintenance. You had to call, you had to show up, you had to engage in the messy, unedited flow of real-time conversation. Today, we have replaced active participation with algorithmic surveillance. We believe we are staying connected because we viewed someone's story or liked a post. Psychologically, this creates a parasocial echo. We feel like we know people, so we don't feel the hunger to reach out. But because there is no reciprocal exchange of energy, the soul of the friendship starves. We are snacking on digital crumbs and wondering why we're malnourished. We have entered the age of convenience culture, and it is the silent killer of the human bond. We have optimized the friction out of our lives. Need food? Tap a button. No need to cook with a friend. Need entertainment? Stream it alone. No need to coordinate a cinema trip. Need a favor? Hire a gig worker. No need to ask a neighbor. The epidemic of functional loneliness. This leads to what psychologists call functional loneliness. You are a high-functioning member of society, you have contacts, but you have no allies. When you remove the need for mutual reliance, you remove the glue of friendship. Throughout 99% of human evolution, friendship wasn't a hobby, it was a survival strategy. You needed people to help you hunt, to watch your back, to raise your children. When we optimize away the need for help, we inadvertently optimize away the depth of our relationships. The hard truth: if a friendship is convenient, it is likely shallow. Depth is forged in the fires of inconvenience, sacrifice, and mutual need. Why does it feel so physically painful to send a risky text or tell a friend you're struggling? It's because of the vulnerability threshold. Your brain is hardwired to reject bonds that lack stakes. Evolutionarily, if you revealed a weakness to a tribe member who wasn't truly loyal, you could be exiled or harmed. Therefore, our brains treat emotional vulnerability as a life or death risk. Why our brains reject low-stakes bonds in 2026? Most of our interactions stay below this threshold. We keep things light. We keep things chill, but the brain has a security protocol. If there is no risk of rejection, there is no reward of belonging. To the limbic system, a chill friendship is a disposable one. Without physical presence, the release of oxytocin through touch and eye contact, or emotional stakes, the release of dopamine through shared secrets, the brain never tags that person as kin. They remain acquaintance, no matter how many memes you exchange. If we want to fix this, we have to go deeper than spending more time together. We have to look at the work of Carl Jung. Jung argued that we all have a shadow, the parts of ourselves we deem unacceptable, weak, or ugly. In modern social media culture, we spend 100% of our energy curating our persona, the mask. The mirror effect. Most modern friendships are just two masks talking to each other. Persona A talks to Persona B. They have a great time. They go home feeling empty. Why? Because the mask cannot feel love. Only the true self can. The psychological secret to a lasting bond is shadow integration through proximity. When you allow a friend to see your shadow, your jealousy, your fear, your failures, and they don't leave, your nervous system finally receives the signal of safety. So, how do we move from the fragile digital world to the archetypal connection? The 20% vulnerability rule. In every conversation, try to be 20% more honest than is comfortable. Don't just say, "I'm good." Say, "I'm actually feeling a bit overwhelmed with work lately." This pushes you over the vulnerability threshold. Reject the digital proxy. If you think of a friend, do not send a DM. Call them. Better yet, set a low-stakes recurring ritual. A Tuesday morning coffee. A Sunday walk. Rituals create passive proximity, which is how the best friendships were formed in childhood. Embrace the friction. Stop looking for easy friends. Look for growth friends. These are people who challenge your shadow and force you to show up even when it's inconvenient. We are at a crossroads in 2026. We can continue down the path of optimized isolation, surrounding ourselves with digital ghosts and convenient acquaintances. Or, we can do the hard, ancient work of building real tribes. It requires a death of the persona. It requires you to be seen, not as the version of yourself you've edited for the grid, but as the messy, complex human you actually are. True friendship isn't about finding someone who shares your interests. It's about finding someone who is willing to stand with you in the dark. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, share it with a friend you've been meaning to connect with. Let's start rebuilding the web. See you in the next one.